Gaelic.
Say that's a yes.
We can hear you online now.
Perfect. Thank you. Okay, I will start first. Online, we have Emmy Bristow, Eric Dixon, Kyla Leonard, Lauren Ryan, Melissa Fisher, MCAT, Chet says that Nick and Kim are on team. Looks like they're on the wrong meeting. Okay, sorry. In 206, we have Commissioner Slotnick, Strohmeyer, Allison France, Dylan Jacks, Alicia Beckholtz, Chantel Gaynor,
Caroline Dean.
Caroline Dean.
Person, I don't think.
Yeah. Terry Powers, and we have Dale Ollinger with us. And I will send him the link, so I'll let you take over, Josh. Thank you.
All right, thanks. So we are going to jump right to the consent agenda. Is there anything on the consent agenda anyone would like to pull out and talk about?
Nope, I would move that we approve the consent agenda.
All right, second that. Once again, ask for any public comment. Okay, all in favor? Aye, thanks. Alicia, you have the next action
Okay,
item.
the next thing, I was hoping Paul Kim would be here. It doesn't look like he's here, but that's fine. If he shows up, he can jump in. But what we have is a joint city-county resolution for memorializing Missoula's Chinese history. This resolution recognizes Missoula's historic Chinese community, including the role they played in the creation of our cities, railroads, and communities, and their contributions to a bustling business sector serving all of Missoula. It also recognizes that Missoula's Chinese community dramatically inclined with the implementation of the Chinese Exclusion Act, the Jerry Act, and the murder of 4 Chinese residents by white laborers. Additionally, this resolution commemorates this history with signage that will be placed somewhere in the lower Rattlesnake area where Missoula's historic Chinese community maintained a graveyard that now sits beneath residential units. The city of Missoula did pass this resolution through their Climate Conservation and Parks Committee on August 9th, and it has been signed by the appropriate city representatives and just waiting your signatures should it be passed.
Would Carrie, was the expectation we would read this out loud?
If you'd like to.
Okay.
If you want to commemorate it and everything.
Okay,
But it's up to you.
thanks. Whatever, we could just go with it, whatever
I
you
don't
like.
have it here in front of me, so I mean, we can read it, or I'm fine with just
I am too.
get this
Yeah.
thing signed.
Yeah, we've gone back and forth on
Yeah.
this plenty and it's fully public.
So we
So,
read it today? Oh. Yes.
It's a resolution,
It's a-
not a proclamation,
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
correct.
which doesn't preclude us from reading anything, but yeah, just thanks for everyone's labor in getting this to the point that it is today. So
So,
I would move that we adopt the resolution.
Second.
right, any public comment? Okay, all in favor?
Aye, yeah, thanks.
Thanks a
your
lot
comments.
for all the work. I know this took a bunch of back and forth to
It
get
did,
right.
but thank you all for
Yeah,
doing it.
absolutely. Eric,
Good morning. So we are here today to request that we close the hearing on the no parking consideration on Farm Lane. We opened this hearing on August 10th, I believe it was. And if you recall, the reason being that the Lolo schools have moved to Farm Lane on a 20-acre parcel that the school district owns, and this is in the middle of a heavily residential area. And so we anticipate that with the school traffic, there are going to be issues with access and parking. So we worked with the school district over the past year, maybe almost 2, and came up with what we think is a viable solution. And I'll share my screen here to show you where we are considering the no parking zones, but working within the existing street width on Farm Lane, we determined that we can have alternating areas of parking and traffic lanes without requiring a bunch of improvements. So, this is just something that we think will work. We didn't get, I had one call from a resident that lives there between Lakeside and Excalibur Way and was a little concerned with the idea of restricting parking, but they can park on the other side of the street if they need it. So, I think this is a good solution, and we will be ready to implement it before school starts on September 5th if the resolution is approved.
Thanks, Eric.
I have no questions. I'm glad that you guys worked on this for 2 years. For such an elegant solution, and hope that it works.
And I'm assuming that the school district is supportive of this. That's why.
Thanks, Dave.
Yes.
No, but yeah, absolutely. Thanks to Public Works for sitting at the table with us for at least 2 years, working on not just the parking, but all the traffic flow in and out of the site, doing the best we can with the conditions that exist there. So we would ask that you support this because we believe it's going to be a viable solution and it's not too invasive if we get 6 months down the road and find that it doesn't work and need to make something change. So, perfect. Appreciate your support.
Thank you.
I move that the board close the hearing on proposed no parking zones. Portions of Farm Lane, Lakeside Drive, and Hughes Court, and consider a resolution creating the no parking zones.
And adopt it.
Are we just closing the hearing? Or
I think we're actually
adopting.
We're done. We're done.
We're
So
gonna
sorry.
adopt the no parking
We're
resolution.
adopting.
I think so.
Close the hearing and adopt the resolution. I think that's what we're doing.
Thank
Is
you.
that what we're doing, Eric?
Thank you for
Yes.
the correction.
Okay.
Yes.
We're adopting.
I second that.
Okay.
All right. Any other comment on closing the hearing and adopting the resolution? Okay, all in favor?
All right.
Right.
Signs will be appearing.
Yeah.
Have a great school year in your new school.
Thank you.
What a huge change for folks in Ludlow.
I would beg your forgiveness and I'm going to ask to be excused.
I bet there's some things to do. Thanks for coming all the way up.
Thank you.
All right, we have some correspondence.
Yes, did Chet make it on?
Shut that.
Oh,
There he is, all right.
I did. I was lost in a different Teams room for a while, but Annie correctly got me to the right spot. So this is a request for a support letter for a proposal that the U.S. Forest Service will be putting forward in conjunction with the Nature Conservancy for an acquisition of about 9,000 acres. It's called the Placid Fawn Project. These are some parcels that are immediately to the west of Placid Lake. The proposal would be including these parcels in the Seeley Lake Ranger District's U.S. Forest Service kind of land oversight. And this is part of kind of the 20+ year work that the Nature Conservancy has been doing in looking at what was private timber company lands that have transferred into TNC ownership and now ultimately to a permanent public landowner. So you're probably familiar with other projects and other parcels that have gone to other agencies, but this is all part of that larger project. So again, this is just the proposal. It's looking for LWCF monies to fund the acquisition piece of this. So there will probably be more information to come about this project should they be successful in the future.
thanks.
Yeah.
On Peak is where I shot my first white-tailed deer in the state of Montana.
Oh,
Oh,
great. Well,
It'll be yours.
yeah, I'm excited that we could sign this letter and be part of this multi-decade effort getting this land back in public hands.
thanks, comms team for.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jack.
Thank you. Thanks, Chet.
Thanks all.
Okay. Next, letter by Northwestern Energy.
This is a request for you all to sign a joint comment letter to the Public Service Commission, right on the Northwestern Energy Integrated Resource Plan. The letter has been signed by the mayor of Mayor Hess, and then also Mayor Andrus of Bozeman. And the main points of the letter are asking if there should be considered some of the modeling assumptions that we made in order to result in the integrated.
How did ESC hearing go the other day?
Yeah.
It was a little feisty.
Yeah.
Can you give us a little
Sure.
rundown?
Yeah, So they did not announce at the beginning that it would be capped at 2 hours, and there were over 100 people there.
Oh,
Many of them
goodness.
wanted to comment,
Wow.
and so many people were upset with the limit on 2 to 3 minutes of comments.
Wow.
The third person who commented went on for about 15 minutes, and there was a lot of "let her finish," "time
Oh.
limit," yelling and jeering.
Oh,
But we
yelling.
managed to make it past the first 15 minutes of the testimony, and then everyone kind of settled in. Everyone who testified, or not testified, offered comments was in opposition to the plan. A lot of great turnout, ranging from really technical comments to "I'm here on behalf of my kids and I'm concerned for the future." But it was overall, I think, a really positive session after an admittedly rocky start.
What's the next steps for Northwestern in terms of making this plan a reality?
They'll need Public Service Commission review. The PSC can only reject the plan if Northwestern is found to be not meeting the sufficiency criteria for the
What's
plan.
that mean?
There's some, I can't speak to it in great detail, but it's if they don't meet certain thresholds with the legitimacy of the modeling, then the Public Service Commission can say, you need to take this back and look at your modeling and assumptions. I think that's still an open question of whether or not they met sufficiency criteria. And then the Public Service Commission can offer specific feedback for Northwestern to incorporate. Comments are due on Monday at the close of business, and I don't know if the PSC has said how long they'll take to go over those comments, but in the next couple of months, we'll have an idea of what the PSC says to Northwestern. There might be a revised plan, there might have to be a brand new plan, or it may just be accepted as it was. This is on Tuesday was the 5th listening session across the state, and from what I've heard, very similar themes, ranging from Billings to Missoula, kind of united opposition to the plan.
Wow.
Yeah.
All around similar reasoning?
I think
The modeling?
So. Yes, I think, mostly around the modeling and the assumptions baked into the plan. This plan isn't related to the rate increase, but we heard a lot of that in the comments
Sure.
too, people upset about the rate increase.
It's the general theme from Northwestern that they're concerned about their ability to meet demand.
Yes,
They need to increase capacity.
Yes.
And this is the quickest, most efficient, most reliable way to meet that capacity.
right. And then some of the
Create that
comments
capacity.
were that they're overbuilding for what they claim their shortfalls are.
Okay.
So for instance, there's one table that shows that they might fall short by, I think it's 90 megawatts or something, and yet they're building a 1,100 megawatt new gas plant. So those were some of the details we heard in the comments.
Was there discussion from Northwestern on why they're choosing to use gas as a electrical generation method?
A lot of it came down to cost and reliability, and that's kind of where we get into the modeling assumptions of, well, the cost you're using for wind is unexplained, and it's somehow 3 times higher than the cost of gas in this one piece of it.
So the modeling was around what alternatives could do, not so much around what their actual needs are right now.
Yes, yeah, but I think it was a little bit of both. And I'll also note that the Public Service Commission has a consultant that is also an expert in modeling who will be helping them navigate it in addition to the legal staff that they have on their team.
Thanks.
Thank you.
I think we have one other letter.
Lauren's on.
Yeah.
There she is.
Hi, yeah, good morning. So this is a letter on behalf of the county commissioners requesting a sign to the developer of the former Lolo school site. On June 22nd, a resolution was adopted to amend the land use designations on the property of like I said, where the Lolo school used to be. And so the letter is addressing to the developer a request to engage the community as they move forward with the next steps of developing this site. And yeah, I think that's everything. I think you guys got the gist of it when I brought it to you guys on Monday at the update. So if you have any other questions, just let me know.
No, thank you so much
Yeah, just wanted
for your
to
work on this.
make
Yeah,
sure that
thank
the
you.
letter was out there for the world to see. All those that are interested. Thanks, Lauren.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Do we have anything on wildfire? Then I believe we're done.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.